beavers the size of bears, sloths heavier than pickup trucks, 7-foot camels strutting along ancient shorelines. This was the Ice Age, a world where nature hit the supersize button on almost everything. When the first humans crossed into North America about 25,000 years ago, they didn't just battle the chilliness, they walked straight into a land filled with monsters. Most of these giants vanished, but some, they never really left. So, let's take a look at 15 such frozen beasts that once roamed the earth during the age when everything was truly bigger, badder, and colder. Number 15. Hibernating squirrel. In 2018, miners in Canada's Klondike region found what they thought was just a lump of fur. Turns out, it was a perfectly curled up Ice Age Arctic ground squirrel, frozen mid-hibernation for 30,000 years. Nicknamed Hester, this tiny time traveler was preserved so well that scientists could see her delicate claws, ears, and even individual hairs. Her pose, a tight ball, just like modern Arctic squirrels sleep in today. So what happened? Scientists believe she never woke up from hibernation, possibly due to an unexpected cold snap locking her in ice forever. Arctic ground squirrels still exist today, and their ability to drop their body temperature below freezing during hibernation is legendary. Hester's frozen state proves that this superpower has been around for thousands of years. And with the permafrost rapidly thawing, maybe we can also see some ice dragons or elves. The world, its people, and everything in it is totally crazy, isn't it? Number 14. Prehistoric penguin colony. We all know penguins as the adorable, tuxedo-wearing birds of the Antarctic. But what if I told you some of their ancestors have been mummified for over 5,000 years? In 2016, researchers exploring Cape Irizar in Antarctica found an ancient penguin graveyard, hundreds of perfectly preserved Adelie penguins trapped in melting permafrost. What's wild? Some of them were so well preserved that they looked fresh, despite being thousands of years old. Radiocarbon dating revealed that these frozen birds came from 3 distinct time periods, the oldest from 5,000 years ago, another from 2,750 years ago, and the most recent from around 800 years ago. The reason for their demise? Extreme cold and shifting ice, which, ironically, is now being reversed by modern climate change, revealing their icy tombs. And here's the eerie part. Some of these penguins still had intact feathers and stomach contents, meaning their last meals had been frozen in time. Number 13. Etherican bear. When reindeer herders in 2020 stumbled upon a fully preserved bear carcass in Siberia, scientists thought they had hit the jackpot, a prehistoric cave bear, extinct for over 22,000 years. But plot twist, it wasn't a cave bear at all. Further testing revealed that this bear was actually a 3,500-year-old brown bear, meaning it was still ancient, but not the lost species everyone had hoped for. Still, this was no ordinary find. Unlike other prehistoric remains, this bear's fur, skin, nose, teeth, claws, and internal organs were all still intact, like it had just taken a very long nap. So, how did it end up so well preserved? Scientists believe it fell into a crevice or got trapped in ice, preventing decomposition and keeping it in pristine condition for thousands of years. Even though it wasn't a long-lost cave bear, this find gives us a rare insight into Ice Age predators and proves that permafrost is basically nature's freezer, and sometimes it forgets to defrost. Number 12. Frozen foal. In 2018, scientists in Siberia dug up something insane, a 42,000-year-old foal so perfectly preserved that it still had liquid blood inside its veins. This baby horse, a Lenskaya foal, was discovered in the Batagaika crater, a massive sinkhole nicknamed the Gateway to the Underworld, which, let's be honest, already sounds like a horror movie setup. The foal drowned in mud, which quickly froze and preserved its skin, hooves, eyelashes, and internal organs in unreal detail. But the real shocker was the blood. Normally, blood dries up or breaks down over time, but somehow, the conditions inside the permafrost kept it liquid for over 40,000 years. That's only happened once before, with a mammoth found in 2013. So, what do scientists do when they find ancient, well-preserved DNA? You guessed it. They start talking about cloning. A Russian team has been working with South Korean scientists to try and bring back the extinct Lenskaya horse, using frozen cells from this very foal. If they pull this off, we might just be one step closer to a real-life Ice Age zoo. Whether that's a good or bad idea, well, history will judge. Number 11. Woolly Rhino Baby. Frozen in time for 32,000 years, a woolly rhino calf was discovered perfectly preserved in the Siberian permafrost. Nicknamed the Sasha rhino after the region it was found in, this young Ice Age tank had its skin, fur, internal organs, and even stomach contents still intact, making it one of the most complete specimens ever discovered. Scientists estimate Sasha was around 4.5 years old when it met its icy fate. Unlike adult woolly rhinos, which had thicker, darker coats, Sasha's lighter fur hints at seasonal adaptations or just a bad winter coat decision. But here's where it gets wild. Scientists also found ancient water fleas tangled in its fur, providing a direct snapshot of the Ice Age ecosystem it lived in. Even crazier? Sasha had a fatty hump on its back, something never seen in woolly rhinos before. This could mean these animals stored fat reserves like camels to survive brutal Ice Age winters. Well, these beasts were totally awesome. Number 10. Cave Lion Cub. Think lions are cool? Meet Sparta, a 28,000-year-old cave lion cub frozen so perfectly in Siberian permafrost that her whiskers, fur, and even paw pads are still intact. This isn't just a fossil, it's a full-body time capsule. Discovered in 2018 by a mammoth ivory hunter, Sparta wasn't alone. Just 15 meters away, another cub, Boris, was found a year earlier. But here's the twist. Boris is 15,000 years older than Sparta. That's like finding two kittens buried in the same sandbox, except one's from ancient Egypt and the other from medieval Europe. Cave lions were massive, manless predators, bigger than modern lions, hunting bison, reindeer, and even baby mammoths across the Ice Age tundra. With permafrost melting faster than ever, more frozen giants could be lurking beneath the surface. And honestly, maybe some things should stay buried. Number 9. Mammoth calves. Mammoths were the celebrities of the Ice Age, but two of the best preserved specimens ever found had tragic endings. Meet Lyuba and Chroma, two baby woolly mammoths so well preserved that their skin, fur, and even their last meals were still inside them. Lyuba, found in 2007 by a reindeer herder in Siberia, was just a month old when she met her fate, likely getting stuck in the mud and suffocating. The mud, however, acted like a natural preservative, keeping her body astonishingly intact. Chroma, discovered in 2008, was 2 months old when she fell into fast-moving icy water, broke her back, and tragically drowned. Both calves had a neonatal line on their teeth, a growth marker that shows stress at birth, allowing scientists to determine their exact ages. And if that wasn't eerie enough, CT scans showed Lyuba's airway was still clogged with mud, frozen in time like a snapshot of her final moments. But beyond the tragedy, these mammoths are unlocking secrets of Ice Age life, from their DNA to their diets. Number 8. Ancient bison. An 8,000-year-old bison frozen in Siberian permafrost? Wild. But here's where it gets even crazier. Scientists want to clone it. Yep, we're now flirting with real-life Jurassic Park, but instead of raptors, we might get resurrected Ice Age bison stomping around. Discovered in 2022 in Russia's Verkhoyansk region, this bison is shockingly well preserved. Its brain, skin, and muscle tissue are still intact. Researchers have already examined its DNA, microbiome, and ancient parasites, but they're also testing its cells for cloning potential. The problem? Finding an intact chromosome is about as easy as reassembling a shredded encyclopedia. Even if cloning fails, this bison is a prehistoric time capsule, offering a rare look at Ice Age ecosystems, climate changes, and extinction patterns. But if they succeed, well, let's just hope the world is ready for it. Number 7. Wolf pup, Jour. Most fossils are just bones. Jour is a fully frozen 57,000-year-old wolf pup, and she looks shockingly fresh. Whiskers, fur, and even her little paw pads are still intact. Discovered in 2016 in Yukon, Canada, Jour was trapped in permafrost when her den collapsed. No drowning, no predators, just a peaceful freeze that kept her perfectly preserved for millennia. Scientists studying her teeth and fur isotopes found something unexpected. Her mother's diet included fish. That means Ice Age wolves weren't just hunting bison and musk oxen, they were also fishing like bears. Genetic tests confirmed she's closely related to both ancient Beringian wolves and modern gray wolves, meaning her lineage never really went extinct, it just adapted. Could we bring her species back? Probably. But should we? That's how every bad sci-fi movie starts. Number 6. The Bdelloid rotifer. Some creatures just refuse to die. Like the Bdelloid rotifer, a microscopic freshwater organism that spent 24,000 years in Siberian permafrost, only to wake up like nothing happened. While most life forms don't handle freezing too well, this tiny but mighty survivor has a trick up its sleeve. Cryptobiosis, a state where it basically hits pause on life and waits for better conditions. When scientists thawed it out, not only did it start moving again, but it even began reproducing through cloning, because apparently, one rotifer waking up after 24,000 years wasn't mind-blowing enough. Scientists are now studying how it pulled off this survival stunt, hoping to unlock secrets that could help with cryogenics, space travel, and organ preservation. So while dinosaurs and mammoths went extinct, this microscopic badass survived an ice age, defrosted, and just kept going, like the ultimate comeback story no one saw coming. Number 5. Snarling wolf head. Imagine walking through the Siberian wilderness and stumbling upon a wolf head so perfectly preserved that its fangs, fur, and even its tongue are still intact. That's exactly what happened when a 40,000-year-old severed wolf head was pulled from the permafrost. And no, this isn't some random skull. This thing looks like it could still bite. Scientists estimate the wolf was 2 to 4 years old when it died, but here's where it gets weird. Its body is missing. How did just the head get frozen while the rest vanished? Decapitation? A predator? Some ancient mystery? No one knows. But what we do know is that this Ice Age wolf was huge, much bigger than modern wolves, with thick, mammoth-like fur to withstand the brutal cold. Its discovery offers a rare glimpse into Ice Age predators, and if the rest of it ever turns up, well, that's a mystery waiting to be solved. Number 4. The steppe bison. Deep in the permafrost of Yukon, Canada, a 36,000-year-old steppe bison was found so well preserved it still had muscles intact, as if it was just waiting to flex one last time. Named Blue Babe, thanks to the odd bluish sheen on its skin caused by mineralization, not some Ice Age fashion statement, this bison became one of the best preserved specimens of its kind. But here's where it gets interesting. Scientists actually cooked and ate a bit of Blue Babe, because apparently studying a frozen beast from the Ice Age wasn't enough. They wanted to know how it tasted. For the record, they described it as earthy and tough. Shocking, I know. More than just a prehistoric snack, Blue Babe provided a detailed look at Ice Age ecosystems, showing evidence of predator attacks, climate conditions, and even fur preservation. One thing's clear: nature sure knows how to keep things on ice. Number 3. Yucca the mammoth. Mammoths are practically the mascots of the Ice Age, but Yucca, she's in a league of her own. Found in Siberia, this juvenile woolly mammoth is so well preserved that scientists could still see muscle definition, internal organs, and even flowing fur, a rare find in the mammoth world. But what makes Yucca so fascinating isn't just how she looks, it's how she died. This mammoth wasn't just a frozen fossil, she was hunted. Scientists discovered deep wounds, tool-like cut marks, and evidence suggesting she was either attacked by predators or hunted by humans. That's right. Yucca might be proof that Ice Age people were taking down mammoths way earlier than we thought. Her discovery rewrote what we knew about ancient predator-prey friendships, and with her DNA shockingly intact, some scientists are already eyeing her for a mammoth cloning project. Number 2. The tardigrade. Most Ice Age discoveries involve massive beasts, but this one? It's microscopic and nearly indestructible. Meet the tardigrade, also known as the water bear, a tiny creature that has survived everything from the vacuum of space to volcanic eruptions. And now? It turns out these little guys were alive and well during the Ice Age too. Scientists found frozen tardigrades in Siberian ice, perfectly intact as if they had just hit pause on life thousands of years ago. How? They enter a cryptobiotic state, basically shutting down all biological activity until conditions improve. Imagine falling asleep for millennia and waking up like nothing happened. This discovery isn't just cool, it's huge for biology. Studying these prehistoric tardigrades could help scientists figure out how to extend life, survive extreme conditions, and maybe even send humans into deep space. Not bad for a creature the size of a speck of dust. Number 1. Nematode. Picture this: a microscopic worm, frozen solid since the last Ice Age, wakes up in a lab 46,000 years later and immediately starts moving, eating, and having kids. That's not science fiction. That's exactly what happened when scientists revived a nematode from Siberian permafrost. Discovered in 2002 inside an ancient squirrel burrow, this tiny worm was stuck in a cryptobiotic state, basically a biological pause button, until researchers thawed it out in 2018. And while we were out here struggling to survive Monday mornings, this worm was breaking world records for hibernation. Before this, the longest known cryptobiosis was 39 years. This little guy obliterated that record by an extra 45,961 years. The secret? Trehalose is a sugar that acts like natural antifreeze, keeping its cells from turning to mush. And get this, scientists are now studying how this could help with human organ preservation, space travel, and even suspended animation. So yeah, this tiny worm might just hold the key to making humans unkillable. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.